Hi everyone, hope you're all well. In today's video we're going to talk about website URLs. We'll talk about what they are, why they're important, and how to go about getting your own URL for your own business website as well. So website URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator, is the address used to locate and access a specific website on the internet. It's commonly referred to as a website address, and it really just tells your web browser where to find a specific website. Same as how a physical address has different parts, like a street name, house number, and city, URL also has different parts to it as well. So here's an example of a website URL. The HTTPS part, so the part in red, tells your browser how to communicate securely with the website. The www.example.com is the domain name, so the part in orange, and this is the main address of the website, essentially the name of your website, and it's the memorable part of the website that people will use to kind of access your website as well. And then the last part, the part in purple, is the path that leads that to a specific page or content within the website. This part is optional. If we didn't have the purple part of that link, it would just take us to the home page, which would be the www.example.com. And the part in orange is also known as the website domain. So you can think of the URL as a combination of the website's name, so the domain, and the specific location, which is the path of the content that you want to access. The website domain is made up of the actual website name and also something called the TLD. And the TLD is basically the .com part of the URL. TLD stands for top level domain, and it's the highest level in the hierarchical domain name system, or the DNS of the internet. So TLDs are the last part of the domain name, and they appear after the final dot, and they help categorize and identify the purpose of your website or the nature of your website. So really common TLDs include .com, which are used mainly for commercial sites. You have then .org, which are used for non-profit organizations. .net are used for network-related services. You have .edu for educational institutions. .gov are mainly for government websites. .info are good for sort of informational websites. And then you have .io, which is relatively new, but they're usually for tech-related or startups, businesses as well. There's also other less popular TLDs like .mils for any military organization, .int for international organizations. And there's also country code top-level domains as well that represent specific countries or territories, such as .us for United States, .uk for the United Kingdom, and .ca for Canada, etc. TLDs really help in distinguishing and organizing websites based on their intended purpose, their geographic location, or other categorizations. When registering a domain name, you typically choose a TLD that aligns with the nature of your website or your organization as well. So how do you go about getting your own URL or your own domain name? There are general steps to getting your own domain name. The first thing that you want to do is choose a unique domain name. And you want to choose something that's unique and memorable that represents your website or brand. Later in this video, we'll cover some tips to buy a good domain name. But you want to consider things like using keywords that are relevant to your content or your business. And then you want to ensure that the domain name is available and not already registered by someone else. Next thing you want to do is select a registrar. So a domain name registrar is a company that allows you to register and manage domain names. Some popular registrars include GoDaddy, Namecheap, and Google Domains. And what you can do is compare prices, features, customer reviews, and choose a registrar that suits your needs. You can use each registrar has a search function that allows you to enter your desired domain name and check if it's available. And if it's already taken, you might need to choose a different domain name or consider an alternative TLD. Once you have your domain name picked and it's available, you want to follow the registrar's instructions to register it, and you'll need to provide any contact information and then pay the registration fee, which is typically an annual fee. And then lastly, once you have your domain name and you own it, you can just set up, you need to configure DNS settings and point your domain name to the actual IP address of your web hosting server. And you can manage your DNS settings through your registrar's cPanel or using a separate DNS management service. But this is something that your hosting provider can take care of for you. In terms of buying a domain name, so that process is pretty general for all of the domain names. For example, we can go through GoDaddy's domain registration process. So GoDaddy is a really popular domain name registrar, and it's one of the largest and most well-known domain registrars in the world. It offers a wide range of domain extensions, so the TLDs, and they provide registration services for popular TLDs like .com, .net, .org. And apart from domain registration, they also have various services to help you manage and enhance your online presence, and these include web hosting, website builders, professional email addresses, SSL certificates, things like that. GoDaddy's main aim is to offer a comprehensive suite of products and services for individuals and businesses. In terms of pricing, GoDaddy's pricing for domain registration can vary depending on the specific TLD, and they also have lots of sort of promotions as well. They tend to have discounted prices for the first year of domain registration, after which regular renewal fees will apply. And in terms of support, they offer customer support through phone, live chat, and email. And they also have a large knowledge base with FAQs, tutorials, and guides to sort of assist users as well. Their support is available 24/7, so you can reach out to them whenever you have a need or any kind of assistance. But they are a well-established domain registrar, and they manage sort of millions of domain names every year, and they're providing domain registration services for many years, so it's a good choice to go for. But the overall process of choosing a domain and registering it is the same across domain registrars. So Namecheap, 123reg will also follow a similar process, but they just might offer different pricing and they might offer different services as well. So the first thing that you want to do is, once you have a domain name in mind, you want to click into their search function and you want to just type the domain that you want, including the TLD. And then you just want to click on search domain. GoDaddy will then let you know if a domain has been taken, so in this case it has. And what GoDaddy tend to do is that they will give you an alternative, and they'll try and look for an alternative that's either the same domain name but a different TLD, or if you scroll down, they'll show you other domain names that have are either a similar name or have different endings as well. So if a domain name is available, then then it's fair enough, you can add it to the cart. If not, you might need to go for one of the alternatives. And they essentially, and you can browse through all the alternatives, and you can browse through the pricing as well. So just be careful with the pricing, because they tend to show, they do have a lot of discounts on the first year of registration. So you can see now this pricing here, it's actually showing up as 1 penny. But if you look at the fine print, it is for the first year with the 3-year registration. So you have to register that domain for 3 years, but you only get that pricing for the first year, and otherwise it goes back to the $11.99. So just be aware of sort of any kind of the discounted price as well. Once you've selected a domain, you just want to click on Make It Yours. And then you just want to click on Continue to continue buying it. It's worth noting that you can buy multiple domain names as well. You can also buy multiple domain names with different TLDs. And some people like to do that, so they own the rights to all of the domain names, and they tend to not just point the other TLDs to the main website that they're using. But it's not necessary, you can just stick with the one domain name. Then it'll ask you to for any kind of add-ons, and this is the extra services that GoDaddy provide. So what GoDaddy do with all of their domains is that they include free privacy protection to guard your personal info. What that means is that when you are buying your domain, because you are providing your contact name and info, that info is can be looked up using the Whois database, so people can check who owns a domain and they'll be able to see your contact information. So in order to protect that, GoDaddy will protect all of your personal information, and it'll basically replaces your info with proxy information in the Whois directory. If you'd like to find out more about finding about who owns website domains and how to find out who owns a website domain, please click through our YouTube channel. We do have a video on that as well. But yeah, so that comes with your domains anyway, the free privacy protection, but they also offer a more advanced form of privacy, which includes advanced security to prevent hackers from stealing your domain. And then you have the ultimate domain protection, and this is pretty useful because it allows you to hold on to your domain name for an extra 90 days if your billing method expires. So what that means is when you register a domain name, you are typically registering it on an annual basis, either a 1-year term, 2-year term, 3-year term, things like that. And that means you have full rights to own it, and you can point whatever website to it at all. And you don't even need to point a website to it if you don't want to. But after the 3 years or whatever billing term that you select, you no longer, unless you renew your contract or your registration, you will lose access to that. You'll lose the rights to that, and that means anyone can go in and buy that because it becomes available for anyone to buy. So if you've built up a lot of sort of SEO traffic on it, you've built up a brand on it, it's quite a risk to in case your billing method does expire. So what the ultimate domain protection does is that even after your billing method expires, it will still give you a 90-day sort of window to buy back that domain if you need to. So each of these add-ons just add on another price per year. But if you don't want any of that, you can just stick with the free privacy protection add-on. But it's just something to be aware of whenever you are buying these. They'll also have offers on email addresses and things like that. If you want to add the Business Essential, Microsoft Business Essentials, and if you also want people to start building your website, they'll also build your website for you, as GoDaddy have their own website builder, and they come with a lot of templates and themes as well. But once you're happy with your selection, you just want to click on Continue to Cart. And you can see your cart here with overall what you're paying for. So right now we have the pricing for 3 years, but you can select as little as 1 year and as much as 10 years as well. There's more savings the more years that you have it, but obviously you'll have it for a longer period of time. And then once you're done, you just want to click on I'm ready to pay, and after that it'll ask you to create an account and ask you for your contact information and billing information as well. But after that you'll have full access to your domain, and then all you need to do after that is choose a hosting provider, point your domain to the hosting server, and then build and upload your website essentially. So how do URLs affect your SEO? There can be an impact on SEO as they play a role in how search engines understand and rank your web pages. In some ways that they affect your SEO is one way is through relevance and keywords. So essentially, if you include keywords in your URLs, it can provide search engines with valuable information about the content of your web page. Clear and descriptive URLs that incorporate target keywords have the potential to improve your search engine rankings. For example, a URL like example.com/product/blue-widgets is more informative than example.com/p12345. User-friendly URLs that are easy to read and understand can enhance the user experience. Visitors can quickly identify what the page is about just by looking at the URL, and a clean and logical URL structure can contribute to better user engagement and may indirectly impact your SEO by reducing the bounce rates and increasing time on page as well. And then shorter URLs are generally more preferred over long and complex ones. They're easier to share, easier to remember, and easier to crawl by search engines. There's no specific character limit. It's advisable to keep URLs concise and focused on the main topic. And then a well-organized URL structure can mirror the hierarchy and structure of your website. And this can aid search engines in understanding the relationship between different pages and overall website architecture. So for example, using subfolders for categories and subcategories, like example.com/category/subcategory/page can provide a really clear structure for both search engines and users. Canonicalization and URL canonical tags. URL should be consistent and avoid duplication to prevent potential issues with duplicate content. Canonical tags can be used to indicate the preferred version of a URL when multiple versions of the same page exist. So canonicalization helps search engines understand what URL should be indexed and displayed in search engines. If you change a URL or move content to a new location, implementing proper redirects like 301 redirects is really important. This way, search engines know that and users know they're going to be directed to the new URL, and that SEO value of the old URL is transferred onto the new one. Redirects helps preserve your rankings, prevent broken links, and maintain the overall integrity of your website structure. It is important to note that while URLs are a factor in SEO, they're just one component among lots of other factors, including quality content, backlinks, page load, mobile friendliness, and things like that. So it's recommended to adopt best practices for URLs while also considering the broader aspects of the SEO optimization for your website. So how do you pick a good domain name? Picking a good domain name is an important step in establishing your online presence. So some tips include keeping it simple and memorable. So aim for a domain name that's really easy to remember and pronounce. You want to avoid complex spelling, hyphens, numbers that might confuse people, and having a catchy and memorable domain can help users recall and revisit your website. Using keywords in URLs and also as part of your domain can be really beneficial, as it provides additional information to search engines about the content of your web pages. Ensure that the keywords that you include in your URL is relevant to your website as a whole, and make sure that it's human readable as well. And also get feedback. So once you have a few options, seek feedback from colleagues, friends, or even your target audience, because they can provide valuable insights and help you make a more informed decision. And ensure your domain name doesn't infringe on any existing trademarks. So conduct a search to see if there are any well-established brands or trademarks with similar name to avoid any potential legal issues down the line. Choosing a domain name is a really important decision, and it can have a long-lasting impact on your online presence. So take your time, brainstorm some ideas, and consider the factors mentioned before to select a domain name that aligns with your goals and resonates with your audience as well.